What was that breathing sound behind the door? I was 16. Our school was big, and since there weren't enough classrooms, some lessons were moved to the old rooms in the basement. That day, I had finished my astronomy exam early, and feeling bored, I told my best friend JJ to meet me in the basement restroom. But just a few minutes after JJ went inside, he got a message. The school is on lockdown. At first, we didn't care. We decided to go upstairs and look around. However, when we reached the top and tried to open the door, we realized the entire hallway was dark. The lights, which were always kept on for security reasons, had been turned off. Then we saw him. A teacher? No. This man didn't look like school staff. His clothes were messy, and his eyes were locked directly on us. We need to go back now, I whispered to JJ, and we ran toward the basement. But the doors were locked. Desperate, we hid in the restroom, turning off the lights. The silence was deafening. We could only hear our own breathing. Then, the door opened. For a split second, the light from the hallway illuminated the restroom. Then, darkness again. We heard someone step inside. Slow, deep breaths. JJ whispered, "Let's crawl under the stalls and get out." But in the absolute silence, even his whisper seemed too loud. That's when the breathing outside stopped. Then, the stall door started shaking. Terrified, we crawled to the next stall, then another. But the man outside was banging now, hard, furious hits. We had no choice. As we opened the door, the light from the hallway poured in, and we saw him, standing at the end of the corridor, staring at us. With the last bit of strength, we ran to JJ's classroom, pounding on the door. The teacher let us in and locked it immediately. But the man was still there, watching us through the glass. He knocked a few more times, then slowly turned toward the staircase. Everyone was silent, waiting for him to return, but he was gone. Or so we thought. Suddenly, screams echoed from outside. A gunshot rang through the hallway, then another scream. A few students rushed into our classroom in a panic. One of them had blood on their uniform. And at that moment, I realized he had left us alone, because he had already found someone else.